You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The Heralds are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Battered Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. $3.99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Danny, you're running a little late. Welcome to another episode of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Chris Duran, and alongside me is a black screen, unfortunately. But Danny should be arriving pretty shortly. He's got some things that he's doing, so he'll be around in town pretty soon. But we got a nice episode here, episode 453. We're finally a day or two closer, right, than we were in the last episode, to getting to the game of the week, which is the only game that's left until we proceed forward, as of course. That game is going to be on Sunday, 5 o'clock against Cincinnati. And we're getting closer. We're here to preview that. And we got some stuff we want to talk about a little bit before it. So we're going to do some house cleaning. But Pablo Golazo with an interesting question. Is this the cello appreciation room? I didn't know that there had to be like cello support here. I mean, cello, what has he done? What's cello been doing? I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but he hasn't even interviewed. This guy, Alan Obando, interviewed with the press today, and he hasn't seen the pitch in like 45 business days. So, yes, the Herons are back, Mr. Krabs. I mean, Sean, I don't know what you mean by this. Better not be no fun Chris tonight. Listen, last episode, I was spitting facts, okay? Whether you guys like it or not. Maybe my pro rel thing was kind of a little wacky, but that's different. Mr. Krabs asking, where's Daniel? He's coming. He's along the way. He should be here shortly. And we got a guest to be able to cover the preview against FC Cincinnati. My hat, I can't find it, so I just decided not to run upstairs to grab a hat. But yeah, and Mr. Krabs is saying Obando was probably asked if he will ever play. He was asked about playing, and I mean, he said, look, he's available, right? I don't even know what the hell that means. I mean, we'll have to see how that goes, right? I mean, he's not going to see the pitch, Alan Obando. That guy lives in a hospital bed more than he does probably in his own house. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, everybody. But one thing I kind of wanted to go over was, and I guess I'll do this now in the meantime, in between time, now that Danny's probably on his way, I want to bring up this starting 11. Because there's some interesting things that's happening, right? We don't have anybody that's injured per se, other than David Ruiz, who essentially trained on his own, I think, today. And aside from that, I mean, EMZX6R saying Jamaica played awful. I haven't seen the game. Jamaica's still my favorites. And I don't know if Frey got injured. Did he get injured? Because that would be really bad. Because if Ian Frey got injured, then I think we might have some issues. And yes, congratulations to Haiti for qualifying for the World Cup. And shout out to Mark from New Mexico. Shout out to you, my friend. You need to be careful driving out there. Those, for some reason, the police officers out there are real a-holes. But let's talk a little bit about the starting 11 right here, guys. Okay, so this is the starting 11 that played last game. Now, of course, this is the starting 11 that played last game without Luis Suarez, who was suspended for a straight donkey kick in the And if you rhymed it, you timed it. Okay. Basically, he was completely out for that game. Okay. He's coming in for this game. There's no way he's sitting on the bench. For those of you that thinks he's going to sit on the bench, you guys are delusional. Okay. And have absolutely no idea what the hell you're talking about. And that's coming from me. And I got ball knowledge. Okay, guys. And Soccer Daddy saying good morning, Chris. Good morning, Soccer Daddy. You're in Vancouver. It's like 6 o'clock over there. What good morning are you talking about? Yeah, you know what? Right in the Brenner, Sean Callahan. Couldn't have said it any better. Luis Suarez donkey kicked in the Brenners. That's why he was out. Because he's an asshole too, and he just kicks players and spits on players and whatever it is else that he does in his career. So Danny's coming in. He'd be happy to, hey, Danny, you'd be happy to know we were just talking about Brenner.
Oh, your boy.
Yeah, you got to fix your microphone, but we weren't talking about him in that context where he decided to momentarily flash all of Apple TV. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that Luis Suarez, he basically donkey kicked someone in the Corey Brenners. So, and that's why he was out of this lineup. Now, I was just about to talk about this lineup here. Did you like this lineup? I mean, we're not going to see Silvetti starting, right?
I mean, I would love to see him start, but no, I don't think he's going to start. There's no way that Suarez doesn't come off. That he comes off. Suarez is starting when he's available, but Silvetti, I think, is great. But imagine Silvetti coming in with fresh legs in the 65th minute. I think that'll be fine because he's going to come in for Allende.
I mean, is this crazy talk though, Danny? Like Soccer Daddy's wishing Suarez would be suspended.
Look, I think Suarez has played better than people give him credit for. He hasn't finished as much as he should have, obviously. But I think that it's crazy the narrative. I mean, he is good. He is good. Like he is Luis Suarez on the pitch. He's good.
I like this starting lineup. I think it's going to look a little weird, obviously, because with Suarez, you're going to have to move Baltasar to the left, and then Messi's going to have to come down and play this 10 role if you stick Suarez up top by himself, or you do something like this.
This is going to be the
both
11.
up top and have Baltasar right here.
You think
this is it? And with this and everything.
Yeah, this is it. This is what we're going to see on Saturday. I have no doubt about it. Sunday, random ass Sunday. This is what we're going to see on Sunday.
Apparently, Ian Frey got injured.
When did this happen?
I don't know. Somebody just came into the chat and allegedly, Jamaica played awful. And then Amzer is saying Frey got injured. He's questioning it. So it's not like breaking news here.
I haven't heard anything. I figured that would be all over the place if that was the case. But I haven't heard anything like that. I'm not sure why it says Miami Cincy HWH is supposed to be head-to-head. H2H. But Miami Cincy has played very well against Miami, even though Messi's only gotten to play them twice.
Asses.
Yes. When they win convincingly, and they win in Cincinnati. And this game will be played in Cincinnati. So I am very eager to hear from our guest. So I will let you do the honors of bringing our guest on.
Well, before I do, Night Game is asking, isn't this game on Saturday? No. It's on Sunday. Sunday.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Because they want to make sure that they're playing the cold.
5 o'clock. Without further ado, we're going to bring on my boy, my favorite Jeff with a G, coming through from Cincy Soccer Talk.
Oh my God, is that a stupid
show
supporter
last
shield?
week? Welcome,
Jeff.
I believe this is the first time you've come onto the Herons with
What they didn't give you guys these after you won? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
we actually did get one. We got it right here. I just hate it. I hate the supporter shield.
There we
We
go.
finally got one.
There we go.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
it's-
what we're talking about.
We stole it from you guys, essentially.
Yeah. No, I'm
Good
not. I'm not a
stuff,
fan of the supporter shield.
It's the only thing we really have in our cabinet other than the 2018 USL supporter shield. But,
Do you believe in the curse?
I do not believe in any curses. No, man.
That's the way I like. I like it.
Curses are what you make of it. You know, it's your own. People are going to say, "Oh, the Bengals are cursed," or the Reds are cursed. Like, no,
Bengals
man.
are cursed.
They're not cursed. They, the Reds just have an owner that doesn't really care too much about them, and the Bengals, they're always going to be the Bengals. I mean, if they didn't lose, then we wouldn't love them.
Hey, man, that Super Bowl run was amazing. Though.
The Bengals were pretty good at some point.
Yeah. Well, they weren't the best, unfortunately. San Francisco stood in their way for that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this season, big expectations. Obviously, you lose a Costa, but then you get a Vanter. So all of a sudden, it goes from like to
Mhm.
and then you get Denke and Orellano still there. You start the fives are good. Everybody's thinking, oh, it's either Cincinnati, Atlanta, or Miami, tops of the East. With the season now behind, regular season now behind us,
Mhm.
how do you feel the regular season went? Did the team live up to the expectations? Did they underperform? Like, what's your overall, in a nutshell, view of this regular season for Cincinnati?
Well, I think our overall view was we were going to come in second in the East, but I think we were all like,
Okay.
well, that would be after Miami, right? Miami, I know that
Right.
Miami has all of these games that they're going to play, that, CCC and Club World Cup. They're going to have a lot on their plate that they'd have to go through. But I still felt that, Miami had talent there for days. And so I always thought we were going to be second place to them. I just didn't see Philadelphia coming out of Nowheresville, Pennsylvania, and passing us both. So it feels weird in the sense that we feel we've reached where we expected to be. We just did not expect to see the team ahead of them. So it's kind of a weird, it's kind of a weird muscle memory that's kicking in right now. We expected ourselves to be up there, but not to be bypassed by this team from Pennsylvania.
Philly. Chris? Or not? All right. So while Chris does whatever he's doing, oh, I love that glass, by the way.
No, I was just checking to see if
There we go.
I was just checking to see if it was snowing over there in Cincinnati, but no, it's not snowing just yet. It did, but it's not snowing.
No, it just feels like hell froze over. I mean, us beating Columbus in 3 games, we didn't expect that to happen. I've got the snowball out in the front porch, and it hasn't melted yet. It's just weird that happened the past weeks.
So as far as Cincinnati, as far as the formation and tactics, I'm assuming that they've looked pretty much similar throughout the year. What could we expect to see on Sunday?
I mean, you're going to definitely see a back 3, back 5, that type of hybrid back there. I mean, it's always been
Orellano is always contributing.
Yeah, it's always been Pat Noonan's bread and butter. That whether it's Miazga being in the center or Robinson, you're going to have a 3-man back. There's all signs are sort of pointing that if Miazga does come back, he's going to be off the bench, maybe if he's available at all. If not, Robinson's definitely going to be helming back there. He's looked good both for the U.S. team and lately for us. So I see don't stop there. The edges are where it's kind of tricky. Orellano, I expect him to start just because he's finally, I think, 100% healthy. We've been waiting for that, and perhaps that's the boon that we got out of the international break. But the unfortunate event of the break is that Ender Echenique, our Venezuelan super sub, flash over by the edge, he went down in the 30th minute against Canada. And so we're still waiting to see if it's serious, if it's just a knock. But
how horrible is this international break right in the middle of the playoffs?
That's why I think they want to change it to fall spring.
Another great reason to change it, Chris. Chris.
But I expect to see.
I mean, I wish I could participate, but I'm like 8 seconds behind you guys.
We'll take it from here. But I think Orishano will definitely be on one side. I think he's probably going to be on the right side. And then the left side, it's probably going to be Lucas Engel. He's been great as our sort of left-hand back switchblade up there. Buka, I would say Samuel Gidi as your midfield. Of course, Evander up top, and then, well, in the middle. And then Denke and Brenner are going to definitely start this game. I see the middle probably being the easiest to predict.
We usually have the hardest time against teams that kind of bunker down and kind of play the counter against us, because we play that high line and we have a hard time breaking down that low block because Messi's a one-man team. Once they have two men marking him, they almost you can strategize him out of the game sometimes. He'll still have his moments of brilliance where he just randomly scores and you're like, I don't know how he did it, but we won because of that. But we have a very tough time when teams play us that way. What could we expect to see from Cincinnati defensively?
I think defensively, if they want to beat Miami in a similar way that they beat Columbus, they're going to play a higher defensive line. They're going to trust the likes of Teenage Hadeb, Robinson, and maybe Hagland playing high enough that they draw the offside thousands of times. If anything, the thing that I think Cincinnati beat down the Crew is that they made sure that the Crew were offside 5 times a game. And that disrupted their flow. They had, the whistle gets blown, and
it's going to kill Suarez.
It's going to kill momentum. And not to mention that it frustrates your offense. I mean, it's going to, I think, force Miami to park back a little bit, and maybe that's not the style that they play. So we'll see.
So you guys press high?
I don't think we press as high as we should. If you remember the Lucho Acosta era, we pressed really high. I mean, he was down.
He's a little machine. Yeah.
He was down the throat of the goalkeeper. Oftentimes I thought he was wearing the gloves and in goal because he was basically picking his pocket.
Right.
The thing about Evander is he tends to pull back a little bit. And that's sort of been one of the strikes with Cincinnati, is that when they press, they start really further back than they have. And because of that, whenever they capture the ball and they try to press back, they're not ready. They still have to go through miles of defense in order to penetrate. And that forces you to take shots that are low XG from distance. So if they can pressure a little bit more, maybe Brenner is the key to this. If they can pressure a little bit more and force these mistakes, maybe the press works, but it hasn't been their bread and butter this year.
Okay. All right. So you guys are going to give us space to run in behind, trying to draw us offside. The timing between Alba, Messi, and Suarez is almost impeccable. So that's a dangerous game to play, I think, against Miami. And then I did have a comment here that I was wondering if you could maybe comment on. In another podcast, I heard Evander hasn't had a great playoff run. He might need to redeem himself against Miami. What could you tell us about Evander?
I think Evander definitely had a subpar series against Columbus. I think Columbus played the right attack by putting 2 or 3 guys on Evander. And because of that, it does frustrate Evander more than anything. The cool thing about Acosta in the past few years is that when you put 2 guys on him, he knew how to get around him. He knew how to penetrate, but he also got frustrated really quickly when he couldn't. With Evander, he is going to get 2 or 3 guys on him, and he will get the ball taken away from him. I don't see that frustration, though. I see him just rearing back and trying again. That being said, I think now that you've got Brenner being that second dependable striker next to Denke, you now have somebody there who can draw away, I think, some of the attention. And perhaps Evander has a little bit more of a capacity to maneuver, especially if he's up against, I wouldn't say a slower defense, but maybe one that's not as prepared to double or triple team him.
Well, yeah, Busquets, look, I've never seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, or the chat, if you want to jump in, correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen Mascherano try to tactically take an offensive player out of the game. Whereas we've seen teams do it to us. They'll have 1 or 2 men marking Messi wherever he goes. It's a shadow. We've seen them do it to Busquets. When Philadelphia, especially, we're constantly always trying to tactically get
Bright
Busquets
has
out
done
of the
it
game.
though.
I've never seen them. You see him following and marking one man throughout the pitch. If they enter his zone, he will absolutely shut that down. But I've never seen them try to do it tactically because it sounds like Nancy tried to do that to Evander and it worked. I don't see Mascherano doing that. I think that Evander is going to have room to play and create, which could be dangerous. And hopefully I'm wrong. But I'm yet to see Mascherano pull something like that out against a specific player.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I'm still, a little behind a little behind in terms of what Mascherano's style is, other than using a phone to dial in what he wants to see. Yeah. But at the same time, like, part of me is like, it feels like sometimes the game plan is just get it to Messi, and something will come out of it. I've always been told, though, the way you beat him is by cutting off his supply chain. I don't know if this team can do it. We'll see. I'm a little skeptical sometimes about their midfield defense. Maybe that's where we get Obi Nobido back. If we get Obi Nobido, our dependable defending central midfielder, if he's back in and starts this game, he might be frustrating the lanes there. So that's something that I'm looking forward to, perhaps.
We have to pick whether we want to go. Busquets isn't going to be on the bench. He's retiring. This could be his last game of his career. He's not going to be on the bench. So we have one more, because we play a double pivot. We have one more defensive midfielder to play. And when you have Rodrigo De Paul that's going to be making 17 million next year, he's going to start, even though defensively, Bright is the better option. Yeah. So that's kind of what we're going through right now, because I think that Bright, and I see it in the chat, people are bringing up Bright. Bright would be the better option. He would be somebody that could mark and frustrate Evander, but he won't be out there. It's going to be Rodrigo De Paul. And from everything we've seen, he's very lackadaisical in his defense. When he plays for Argentina, he's playing his heart out, obviously, because it's for his country. For Miami, we haven't seen that yet. So we'll see.
I was on a phone call with Taylor Twellman, and he had said, like, I think Mascherano had sort of said, we would play a back three. We would have Busquets sort of be that central center back. And then when they played the game, he wasn't. He was in his regular spot. And so part of me is like, why don't you pull him back and play a back three? I feel that might be one of the ways that you defeat the Cincinnati attack by clogging up.
There are times where he makes a substitution in the second half where you see Busquets play almost like a third center back. The only thing is that we play such a high line. When you're depending on him as your last line of defense, it's pretty painful. It's very, because we already have Falcon is terrible, and not terrible, but speed wise, we don't have speed anywhere on our team. So I'm sorry, Chris is asking me for something because he just got kicked out. So it is it's really bad. So putting Busquets out there, that is the negative. But he does help a lot and contribute almost like a third center back when a team presses high, which you said that you guys do not do. But if you did, you would see Busquets dropping back almost like the third center back, because he helps beat that press. And we are very dangerous when it comes to teams pressing us high, because we play out of it very well. All right. X factors. Who could we expect as an X factor for Cincinnati?
I'm going to say right now it is probably the bench. I mean, I really think that this bench is the deepest bench that we've had in a while. Ayoub Jabari, big, tall drink of water, 6'4", dreads that just flow behind his head. He had been injured for a few games, but the last game he finally looked like he's back to 100%. And while he hasn't scored, he has a few hockey assists, and he basically set up the second goal for Brenner, being able to control a pop fly cross into the box, heading it downward instead of randomly at goal. And by doing that, they were able to control the ball. They were able to set it up for Brenner, and Brenner just tricky stepped to get his second goal of the game. I really think that this bench, with if not Samuel Gidi, then Brian Anunga, Obi Nobido, this is a deep bench that can definitely help out if Noonan sees any type of struggle. I hate to say that that's the X factor, but that's the big thing that I think characterizes this team compared to last year when they didn't have a number 9. They had Nico Gioacchini being the big name that they got in the break, and it just did not help.
All right. Chris, anything you want to jump in? I figure since you're jumping in and out that I just put you under the small frame just in case you jump back out. No, he's still on that 10 seconds.
Listen, I'm like 45 seconds behind you, so
I saw that somebody's gonna sell their kidney to get you a new PC. I can donate some blood if you want, man. Yeah.
All right. So hypothetically,
listen, the PC I want is pretty expensive.
Oh, boy.
He refuses to buy anything other than the top of the line, which is all right.
which is right here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Jeff, hypothetically, let's say you are a degenerate gambler.
Oh, geez.
And you decide I am going to put the house on Miami. You don't know why, but you just feel like that's it. I'm putting the dog, I'm putting the headset, I'm putting the mic, that chair, that frame in the back. I'm putting it all on Miami. And then Sunday comes around, and you start getting butterflies in your stomach. Ooh, that was a bad idea. Why'd I do that? That was dumb. But I can't take it back. So you go to the stadium, you see Mascherano, you walk up to him because for some reason you have access to him, and you whisper in his ear, "This is how you beat Cincy." What are you telling him? Because you got to make sure that you don't lose your house.
This is tough, but I
Don't lose the house, Jeff.
I
don't lose it.
I think you just have to fire this ball on net. I mean, I really think that while Celentano's been good, I still don't see him being like the game changer goalkeeper that you're looking for. He's got to have a game where if they fire 9 shots on him and he saves 8, then that's the thing that transforms him for the rest of his life. But that's also a little bit of a weakness. He's not very good with ball distribution. He's done better in terms of communicating with the back line and stepping up when he needs to punch a ball. So right now, I feel really just get as many shots as you can in that box. And at some point, something's going to deflect, something's going to weaken. And if that means putting pressure on this defense, then so be it. I think if Miami is going to be able to put any pressure on this back line, then I think they squeeze the ball out. I think they force a bad mistake. We've seen that happen against Columbus in game 2, that Columbus pressed, and they got the ball away, forced
Miami will force
Cincinnati to slip and fall and backtrack improperly. The red card was a damn shame. So if you can get in their head defensively, I think that's the way that you have to beat them.
Okay. I'm going to ask for predictions now, but I'm going to start with Chris just because he's 30 seconds behind us. Maybe by the time I finish this soliloquy, he'll know that it's time to go. So go ahead, Chris. What's your prediction?
So my prediction is going to be 4-3 in a Miami win. I was on with Jeff last week, and I think that this is going to be a slobber knocker. I feel like there's going to be goals upon goals. We got Rocco Blacco, but his mustache hasn't built enough strength this season. So I don't know if he's going to fend off so many shots. I do anticipate us winning, and I anticipate this to be a fun game. So, yes, Mike V, I am on my Commodore 64. Hopefully this works better on the next show because I'm going to be doing the Battered MLS fans. So if you guys want to laugh at me a little bit, you can jump on over after this and laugh at how terrible my internet is and everybody else on the show laughing with me or at me.
Jeff, your prediction, and then just so we're clear, since 2023, since the beginning of 2023, the only times that the games have been high scoring have been when Cincinnati have kicked their ass. Otherwise, they've either been a draw or low scoring. Miami beat them 2-0 August 24th, 2024.
Without Messi.
Yeah.
I believe Messi came in late in that game.
Correct. And actually, we lost all the other ones. Cincinnati beat us 1-0. Then they drew 3-3 in that U.S. Open Cup. Miami lost 0-1, 6-1, Cincy, 2-0, 3. So if it's high scoring, I don't know if it bodes well for us, but we'll see.
The only way that you beat
Great
us is if
comment
you
by Busen.
the only way that you beat us is if you get Breck Shea back.
Those game winners.
He was a thorn in our side when we opened up TQL Stadium. He was just, for some reason, he kept scoring the game winners for you guys. And when he retired, I'm like, thank God.
I remember that.
I can't stand that anymore.
Sweet Breck.
I mean, my prediction, is that what we're heading towards here? I said 3-2 last time I interviewed Chris last week. I'm going to stick to 3-2. Okay. I love myself.
Since Miami, though.
Cincinnati. Okay. I love myself a crooked number. I love high scoring games. It's weird because like some of the games that I really liked were like 4-4 New York City. It was like 4-3 Montreal. Like these high scoring games against teams that really I shouldn't be liking at all watching, but it's like the one that sticks out the clearest in my mind. You know, both teams just firing on will and putting things behind the goalkeeper. I don't think it's going to change. If this game ends in a clean sheet for either team, I might just quit. I might just quit the game completely. I mean,
well, Miami doesn't get clean sheets, so
you got one last week. You got one last week. You got one against Nashville.
That's because Serge sucks.
Rocco Blanco.
Rocco did nothing. Serge just sucks. Most overrated player in the MLS, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go 2-1 Miami. I just do not see, and I think that I would feel a lot more comfortable, obviously, if it was in Miami. Miami's had a hard time playing in Cincinnati. The cold might play a part in this, even though they put it earlier in the game. Miami never plays outside of prime time. Randomly, we're outside of prime time. Let's help Miami out a little bit. That's what I'm thinking that they're doing there, because they don't want everybody to be frostbite over there. It would be like 30-degree weather. So that's the only reason I could see why they would play at 5 o'clock.
I kind of wish that they were playing it later as well. Like I have.
No, I'm glad that they're not, but I think that they did it to help Miami for sure.
I have tickets to go see the Bengals at 1 p.m. So it's like I do not want to leave that and then have to like leave that early unless they're finally losing by 50 convincingly and just justifying getting out early and then having to go and see this game and bite my fingernails to the core. It's going to be, if you are a big sports fan in Cincinnati, you are going to love this weekend, and your doctor will love you too, because you'll be on heart medicine the next day.
Yeah, you got to see a cardiologist for sure on Monday. Jeff, appreciate you putting up with Chris's internet. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us. Please let everybody know where they can find you.
I want to say that I've won the internet battle today. So let's just say that way. You can find myself, GEOFF. TEBBETTS.
Yes, you did,
That's how you'd find my X account. If you want to check us out, we're at Cincy Soccer Talk. It's CINCY Soccer Talk, or go to our website at CincinnatiSoccerTalk.com. I do our podcast midweek. We do the live show on Mondays with Coach and Brian Biedenbach and a slew of characters, and we just love talking about our game up here in Cincinnati.
I love that. And then real quick to Sean, 5 on Sundays, dead hour in the NFL. I disagree. The game of the week is usually put at 4:25. If you watch the NFL, you're watching, you're glued in there at 4 o'clock. It's usually the game of the week. So I don't think that's accurate. I think it was more to keep Miami in cooler, or I'm sorry,
warmer,
not as cold. Yeah, warmer. I mean, it's hard to call it warm, but not as cold weather. But I'm not complaining, but I call a spade a spade. I think that's what it is. Chris, any final words? You know what? Forget it, Chris. I appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, I'm done. Like, I don't know how this
this Battered MLS show is going to be quite the experience. Make sure you tune in I have a feeling that we're just going to have a guest host because Chris is going to have a hard time running that show. If you're listening on audio, please 5 stars and comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And for those of you in the chat, as always, you guys are the best part of the show. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the last 35 minutes. And jump on to Battered MLS Fans so you can make fun of Chris and then see what all the other guests from those other 4 teams. We got Justin from Cincy Soccer Talk, Mr. Jeff's brethren joining us. We got Todd the God. So we're going to be represented by everybody. So make sure you jump on for that. So until the next one, have a good one.